Okay, so this is a video on Vegan Gay's channel. Go check out our channel if it's still there. I don't know, it's an old video. And it's got Twisted Hippy. It says Twisted Hippy taking on a meat eater. Like, just want to say as a disclaimer, like, I've interacted with Twisted Hippy many times, and he's a nice guy, and I get on with him and stuff. But I'm guessing he's gonna say some shit here that I would like to critique. So I will critique it, and I might even critique Twisted Hippy himself. I might, but it won't be anything aggressively personal attack on him or anything. But I mean, I'm going to react to what I hear, right?
Okay, well, speak of the devil. We've got SF on now. I'm going to be nice and quiet, okay, and I'm going to let you two have at it.
When she said speak of the devil, I thought she was going to say Twisted Hippy.
Yeah, go for it. Thanks for coming back on.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
I was saying, yep. Okay, so why would I care what a farmer does on his land?
What?
Well, it's a question. Are you saying?
You need to make
like
the argument. What is the question? Why would you care?
Yeah, why, as a vegan, right? Why do I care what a farmer does? Because he's a moral agent. He makes decisions, right? Why do I care what he does? Now I would.
Like, this almost seems already like this kind of leading people down a garden path or whatever these debate bros call it.
Care because he kills the animals. But like, I mean, that's bad. Yeah, I agree. But like, why am I blameworthy for someone else's actions? Can you explain that to me?
And it's your action, right? You are paying either to pay pesticides or you are paying the slaughter.
Okay, do you agree with that? Is that something you agree with?
You don't have a choice.
No. I'm asking, I'm asking, do you agree with it? Are you?
Okay, like, now, Twisted Hippy, you said no 3 times. That's okay, but you know, once you get into like no, like, I don't know, maybe it's like 10 times, then you kind of end up in the what's he called ask yourself territory. So I'm hoping that you just keep your no to like 3 or something.
Committed to that same thing. Are you committed to saying that if you pay for something, that you are morally responsible for what you're paying for, and all the consequences thereafter?
Yeah, you are responsible, of course.
Okay, so that's great. You're a vegetarian now. So now we're going to go for veganism, okay?
No, of course.
Like, I know, like, you might sound, Twisted, you might sound a little bit sort of pompous or a bit of a dick here, but he's actually like a nice guy. And you'd be surprised, he's actually a pretty good looking guy from what I've seen, and no homo.
You should be, because it's a logical entailment. Okay, so how am I responsible for a rabbit that is shot on a farm? Can you explain it to me?
I mean, you are paying the farmer to shoot the rabbit, right? You are paying for the bullets.
No, I'm not. No. Wait.
Hang on, that was 4 no. You're getting close to fucking ask yourself territory here, plus, I mean, I don't know what he's going to say, but that's a pretty fair comment. Like, if you need to have your fucking veggie burger and it requires rabbits to be shot, I mean, he's got a fucking decent point there, hasn't he?
Wait. I'm not paying for
it will happen. You know it will happen.
Oh, that's very different. Those are 2 different things. So I'm not paying for a rabbit to be shot. I'm paying for carrots. The farmer.
No. I'm not sure if you worked on farms. In fact, I'm fucking sure you haven't. I have worked on farms, and even organic farms. And if you buy organic shit or vegetarian shit, you are paying for fucking killing vermin and rabbits. Like, you can't grow that shit if you don't get rid of the fucking rabbits, man.
Just protect his crops with a gun.
Right.
I disagree with that action.
Then the carrots will cause some crop deaths.
Yeah,
I don't even know if, like, rabbits even eat carrots, to be honest. But, like, this other guy's got a fair point when he says that if you are buying fucking vegetables or whatever, pest control's a thing. It needs to be done.
I just granted that. I've already granted you that.
Right.
Okay, so why am I blameworthy for it?
Because you are paying for it.
So anything I pay for, the consequences thereafter are my fault. I don't think you believe that.
Of course.
So
you have a choice. You can buy meat, or you can buy fish that did not cause crop deaths, or you can buy the carrots that cause the crop deaths.
Okay, so
you can make every day.
Okay, so in sweatshops, right, where they make children make things, right?
Yes.
That's bad. Do you agree?
Of course.
Yeah. So if you go to a supermarket, I don't know where you live.
I don't know, what's worse, like, unemployed children or employed children?
Let's say we have something called Tesco here or Walmart. That's kind of universal. Let's say I go there and there's one item that I know in that shop is made from a sweatshop. But I don't buy that item. I buy something in that shop. But the profits from that shop go to buying more things from the sweatshop. Am I morally blameworthy for buying any other item in that shop?
You support,
This bullshit argument you're going with Twisted Hippy is not the same here, because to have that fucking rhubarb or whatever the fuck you're eating directly results in environmental destructions of kinds and getting rid of fucking vermin. It's a direct thing.
The products which you support will... You know what I mean?
So would you say there's a difference between me buying something from that shop that isn't directly made in a sweatshop and buying something that's directly made?
Like, I gotta say, man, like, you're leading him down a garden path here, and if he fucking lets you lead him down that, he's fucking stupid.
From a sweatshop. Do you understand the difference between those two things, right? You do. Okay, good. And that's the argument I'm making. Yeah.
I don't see how is that relevant?
There's a degree of separation.
Exactly. It's not fucking relevant.
If you think the flow from your actions are morally blameworthy, then you are ruling out accidents. You now don't believe accidents exist, right? And you also you are now morally responsible for everything. Do you understand that?
Yeah, unless it's required, unless you have to do it, right?
Well, no, you wouldn't have any understanding of what flows from your actions.
Say that again.
So if I'm walking along the street, so I'm going to use a lot of analogies, okay, because it's the only way to do this. So if I'm
going to use a lot of analogies rather than confront the actual fucking argument. I'm Twisted Hippy. I do respect you, but this is what I see a lot on the whole fucking vegan argument shit. Analogies. How about let's just talk about the real shit?
Walking along the street and a dog runs out and I trip over the dog and I spill my hot coffee into the face of an old man. Am I responsible for that? Would you blame me for that?
What's an accident?
What's an accident? Yeah. But like, it's a consequence of my actions, right?
But what if that old man had been evil in the past? I mean, this is fucking metaphor shit, man.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the difference between the consequences of my actions and me intending to do?
Metaphors should be used to explain or whatever positions, not argue them as right or wrong.
Do you understand that difference?
I mean, when you buy plants, you know that the money will go to the pesticide industry.
Okay, Okay, but then that's just ubiquitous. That just happens everywhere. Every time I spend money,
I'm gonna have to fucking look up ubiquitous to see what that means.
it goes to something immoral, because immorality is everywhere. But we have to pass the difference between me saying that I have an intention for this to go to a good or a bad thing, my need for it to go to whatever I'm buying, and whether I have understanding of where this money is going. There are conditions to be met, and I don't think you understand.
But you have a choice. You have a choice. You know, you can buy.
I don't have an understanding of these things. Like, if I bought some carrots, right? Can you tell me how many animals have died for those carrots? Do you know?
No idea. No idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the ability to make different choices, right? So if I buy a dead cow, we call it a steak. How many animals have died for that?
I'd say, well, at least one being the cow, but maybe some calves or something along the line. Call it one or two. If you're gonna like put it as just how many animals died, so for a carrot, it's like it could be 0.25 of a animal or something. I don't know. I just don't get this fucking argument, man.
Well, you don't know either. Was there
One at least, right? We know there's one. We can make that argument. We can say at least one animal has died.
Well, one animal died for many steaks. Like 1 million colors or so.
Sure, but that's not the point I'm making, right? But I'm making the point that you're trying to say that if I buy carrots, then I'm responsible.
Like, what's going on with this? Was it like video game footage? I'm a bit too old. Not Command and Conquer, but why the fuck is a video game footage here?
For whatever happened to create those carrots. And I'm telling you, I don't think you can make that argument. I don't think you're making that argument.
Is like vegan guys so bored should start playing this computer game?
I don't think that argument is possible.
Why?
Because you haven't made it.
You cannot buy. You have the option to not buy the carrots. You know.
Yeah, but why would I not buy the?
Okay, I'm just gonna have to go back a little bit because I kind of missed some of that. Let's go back that far.
When I say it's an accident, what I say is there are different conditions. Maybe I'm not explaining this correctly. Okay.
You have the option to not buy the carrots. You know.
Yeah, but why would I not buy the carrots when you haven't made the argument of these things? Like, if I bought some carrots, right? Can you tell me how many animals have died for those carrots? Do you know?
No idea. No idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the ability to make different choices, right?
I hope you're gonna do the right thing with those carrots, man.
So if I buy a dead cow, we call it a steak. How many animals have died for that?
Well, you don't know either. Was there
one at least, right? We know there's one. We can make that argument. We can say at least one animal has died.
Well, one animal died for many steaks. Like 1 million.
Yes, exactly. One animal died for many steaks.
Colors also.
Sure, but that's not the point I'm making, right? What I'm making the point that you're trying to say that if I buy carrots, then I'm responsible for whatever happened to create those carrots. And I'm telling you, I don't think you can make that argument. I don't think you're making that argument. I don't think that argument is possible.
Why?
Because
I think, like, wouldn't it be easier to just admit that, yeah, I eat some carrots or fucking kale or whatever you guys eat, and go, yeah, like, some animals died, there's some environment destruction to create the fields, and I've seen that because I've worked on farms, and just admit it. Not like be like, oh, we can't take any responsibility for it. I don't know.
I made it.
You cannot buy. You have the option to not buy the carrots. You know.
Yeah, but why would I not buy the carrots when you haven't made the argument that I'm responsible for the deaths of the animals connected to the carrots? There's a moral.
You are responsible, in a way, for the death of the animals. that led to that area being allowed to grow your cats. I mean, am I fucking stupid? What the fuck am I missing, man?
Agent in between me.
You are responsible. It's not an accident. Nothing is an accident.
When I say it's an accident, what I say is there are different conditions. Maybe I'm not explaining this correctly. Okay, there are different conditions that have to be met, right, for you to be blameworthy for an action. Let's think about law, right? You're in a case. You're in a court of law, right, and your case is being heard, right, and they say you're guilty of murder, right, but you.
Fucking vegan gays is so over this. She's just playing Command and shit. She's just playing not Command and Conquer. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck it's called.
You're not guilty of murder in your mind because you never intended to kill somebody, nor when you acted, do you have any idea that your actions would result in a murder? Would you be guilty? Would you feel like you were guilty and blameworthy? I know you would, right?
Let me ask you something. Let's say you...
Yeah, but you know, or you should know, that farms have to eradicate pests and they have to take land, cut down forests or whatever to grow fucking soy or whatever shit you guys eat.
A chemical weapon in a city. No, you drop it in a city. Maybe nobody will die, but the chances are that many people will die. You know, you are responsible, 100%.
Yeah, but you had. Wait, why would you? Wait, but hang on. If you use chemical weapons, right, you have an intention, and the expected outcome of using chemical weapons is to kill people. Like your expected outcome, like you buy a product and it's a dead animal, you have an intention to buy a dead animal. You know it's a dead animal. When I buy carrots,
the expectation of growing crops is you have to get rid of pesticides. Pests, right? So you got to do pesticides. You got to kill the insects, herbicides, and for a lot of crops, you need to kill the fucking predators. So let's just talk about mammals. You got to kill, I don't know, fucking rodents and shit. Rodents and mammals.
I have no intention of rabbits dying. No, you can make. Look, I'm going to make your argument for you because this is just boring me. Okay, I can say to you, I might know for a fact, and in fact, I do know for a fact that animals die for crops, right?
Okay, I apologize for what I said before. You're admitting it now.
I just grant you that. Now, I don't want that to happen. I'd like a world in which that didn't happen. But like to say that I'm blameworthy for it, you can't really do it, can you?
Of course.
No. Like the problem is that you as a vegan blaming and putting on this guilt shit on people who eat cows. That's the point. Not that you're blameworthy. You're pushing blame onto other people. So let us put the mirror up and let you see what you're talking about, eh?
Oh, off you go.
You know that I don't get it. Yeah, you know that the choice of yours will cause crop deaths. So.
Wait.
It's a chemical weapon. The pesticides are a chemical weapon, essentially. You throw it, you know that there are many animals there. You know.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I'm not on board with pesticides being a chemical weapon.
They will die. It's the same as throwing a chemical weapon in a city. You know, it's the same. There are chances that nobody will die, but they are essentially zero. So yes, you are blameworthy.
I think what's happened here is like you've successfully led him down a garden path into this kind of muddy swamp. And I see this a lot, like, why don't you guys just debate fucking reality clearly? And obviously the reason that you don't is you can't.
Yes, you have a choice. You cannot throw the pesticides, the chemical weapon. You can choose to not buy it. You can choose to buy something else.
Wait, you know I'm not a farmer, right?
You are?
I'm not a farmer. I don't throw pesticides anywhere.
Yeah, but you are supporting the farmer, yeah.
How am I supporting him? By buying his crop?
You are paying him. Paying him to...
No, don't say it.
Keep buying the pesticides and throwing the pesticides and doing the work.
No, I buy his crop. He does that. I'm not responsible for his action.
Okay, so I buy the steak, the farmer kills a cow. I'm not responsible for his action? Fucking what?
Now, you can say that I'm engaging in a system in which perpetuates that. I'm happy to agree with you. But then I'm going to ask you, how can I do otherwise? Show me a system in which I can buy from that doesn't create these outcomes that you're talking about. Or show me a better system.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to show you. You need to show him. You're the person that's saying everyone should be a vegan, I assume, and attacking someone that's not a vegan, I assume. So what's it called? The burden of proof or whatever is on you.
There is no system.
Oh, and show me a better one then.
We don't know if it's better, but for example,
Okay, then
farming could be better. Could be better.
Okay, I think I can just grant you that. Okay, I think we agree. I think we're done.
Right. Thanks.
No worries, bro. No case to answer.
Oh, no case to answer. Did I miss something? Let's go back.
Show me a system in which I can buy from that doesn't create these outcomes that you're talking about. Or show me a better system.
There is no system.
Oh, and show me a better one then.
We don't know if it's better.
Okay, so then what platform do you have to complain about someone eating a fucking steak?
But for example,
Okay, then
farming could be better. Could be better.
Okay, I think I can just grant you that. Okay, I think we agree. I think we're done.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like vegans don't argue about improving welfare. In fact, a lot of the influential vegans are super anti-welfare. I think because it threatens their fucking grift. And if you think we can do things better, then isn't welfare a good thing? Or like getting rid of factory farming, rather than just like this strange absolutism, which is the vegan philosophy.
Right. Thanks.
No worries, bro. No case to answer.
No case. No. I don't agree with that.
Are we done? Are we done?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm confused.
Any
I know.
I'm confused.
I know, bro.
This argument.
I really hope this doesn't go into what I've seen in other videos where like at the end they just shit talk the person that came on. Let's hope not.
Maybe they are too deep for me. You know, I don't.
So yeah, I can lay them out for you. I can give you some references if you want.
Right. Sure.
Basically, it's the difference between something happening and you being part of a cause, right? So you can be a domino in dominoes falling, but you may not be blameworthy for that thing. Like I gave you the analogy of the accident, you might...
Yeah, well, the whole thing, like, he who with no sin casts the first stone, or what's it, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And what happens with these vegan influencers and shit, maybe yourself, Twisted Hippy, I don't know, is you're throwing rocks, but you're in a glass fucking house, man.
Be a part of a cause, but you might not be blameworthy for it. You can say that things happen because you do something, but you have to make an argument to say that, oh yeah, you're guilty of the outcome. Otherwise, I just don't know what you're saying.
I'm not saying that you are a bad person for buying plants, because you don't have a choice. You know,
that's right. Yeah. So then it becomes.
My point is that buying animal foods, there is no way to know if it's worse than buying plant.
And this is a point, you know. And you can go to places, you know, which is like free-range fucking farms or something. But it seems that a lot of the, what's he called? Earthling Ed type guys, they target that shit. And when they're talking about stuff, they target that shit because that's the borderline, you know? That's the line that they want to hold, you know?
Of course, we have to eat sometimes. You cannot feed the world with just animal food.
No, I think, okay, then I'll let me be really, 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 really charitable, okay? It would be good, right, would it not, if we could lower all of these things. So if we could lower crop deaths and we could lower, like, animal deaths in general, like, if there was a way that we could work towards maybe giving animals, like, a higher status and say, people, hey, these animals, they probably...
You're talking about animal deaths. Like in a farming environment, I think improving animal rights would be good, so that they have a better life. I know, like, I've been around farms, I've worked on farms, not animal farms, but obviously I'm around it, and there is good farms and bad farms, and I think there's always going to be farms. So can we not have farms that treat the animals well? Not just like cut down the deaths. No, like if we need, like, for X amount of population, X amount of cows, let's just have them be treated well. Not just like we can't kill them. Shit that vegans go on about.
We probably should be more careful, even if it costs more money, even if it costs more time. We should probably, like, do better here. Like, come on, guys, let's all get together and do better. Would you agree with that?
I agree 100%, but that is not a vegan world.
That's getting closer, though. Do you not think? That's
The vegan world is a fucking fantasy utopia, in my opinion, that is pushed and is supported by corporate interests that sell, I don't know, fucking vegan shit. But as an ideology, it's absolutely bullshit, and I'm talking about the political veganism, right? Like, everyone should be vegan, or let's have a vegan world. Like, it wouldn't work, and I think this whole idea is just used by influencers to make money and get clicks and fucking create movements, because if you're an influencer, like, you can make a lot of money from a big following, but when you get a movement, that's when you make a lot of money.
Hey, you start to sound like a proto-vegan. Sure you're not a little bit vegan?
I'm not sure if...
You can't be a little bit vegan. You know that. You can't be a little bit vegan.
We actually could increase the animal foods we eat. If that wouldn't be better, you know? If we replace some of those crops, which we use pesticides on, with free-range farms, for example. I think we could afford. We have enough land to replace some of those crops with more animal foods.
Okay, so let's say we adopted that, right?
Maybe we're getting away from a vegan world, actually.
Sure. And this assumes... no. Okay, it might be the case that you're...
None of these cunts have ever worked on a fucking farm.
Going towards a vegan world in the same way that I was describing it. But ultimately, you'll never get there, because inherent within your argument is the fact that we use animals. And if you continue to use animals, or you have a system based on using animals, killing animals, I don't think we're going to get into a world in which we don't kill animals.
As I said a million times, man, it's like if you were back in the turn of the century, 1900, and you're trying to ban fucking horses, it's not going to work, right? The reason now we haven't banned horses, but we've kind of, horses aren't being utilized because of the fucking motor car. Like, so you wait until there's a better technology or system to replace, which was horses then. Like, you cannot get rid of fucking animal agriculture or fisheries at the moment. It's impossible.
Maybe in a few centuries, you know, when we have the technology, we could all go vegan. But right now, in our lifetimes, I don't see it.
Well, if you'd have made that argument, that would have been a good argument. I'd like to have attacked that argument. But, like, I think maybe if you could
This is an argument I would have made from the start against Twisted Hippie, to be fair.
Formulate that argument. Say maybe we should.
But I wouldn't let him. What you're trying to do now, like say I've got to fucking formulate it. Controlling. This is what I always see with these debates. It's like controlling the other person's. I don't know. It's like framing them. It's like all these tricks. If your argument for veganism is that fucking good, you don't need to play tricks, man. You don't need to talk about metaphors and fucking, I don't know, like moon retards, metaphors and stuff. You could just directly talk exactly about the situation, and you could directly talk about animals. These guys, these fucking vegans, they do not talk ever about animals directly. They use metaphors and moon retards and shit, man.
Going to a sort of purely animal-based agricultural world until which time that we have the technology to go vegan. That would be I don't think anyone's ever made that argument. I'd love to hear you make that argument. You should definitely...
That's not my argument.
I know, but I'd like to hear it. I think you should do it. That's what I think.
Why?
Because I've...
Like Twisted Hippie is a nice guy, right? I just think he's spent a bit too much time debating and stuff. So what we're seeing here is it looks like he's trying to fool this guy into some position or something. But honestly, like I've interacted with Twisted Hippie. He's a nice guy. He's not. He might be being a bit of a cunt here, but he's not a cunt, right? He's actually not a cunt.
I heard it before, and there seemed to be like the argument you just made, but it doesn't matter.
My argument is that we could...
You don't have an argument.
We could...
You don't have an argument? Fuck, man. Do I need to rewind the whole fucking video and show that he does have an argument?
Improve both, animal farming and plant farming.
Okay, no,
farming.
I'm not gonna do it.
And when we are ready, in a few centuries, then we could go vegan, I guess. Could say technology.
I feel like you're repeating back to me what I just said, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta go,
That's
guys.
my actual argument, bro.
I'll say one thing, like, you have been respectful here, Twisted Hippie, to your, I don't want to say opponent, but it's opponent, and that's the fucking problem, actually, is that these things are like opponent, the confrontational. It shouldn't be like that, it should be a chat, But yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Not just repeating. Centuries, then we could go vegan, I guess. Could say technology.
I feel like you're repeating back to me what I just said, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta go,
That's
guys.
my actual argument, bro.
Okay.
Not just repeating.
Okay. I gotta go. It's been fun.
Thanks.
And yeah, thanks for chatting with me. Vegan gays, you smell. I'll chat soon.
Great.
Okay, I'd like to say Twisted Hippie, very, very nice ending. Be polite to him. Yeah, that's good. So what could I say in conclusion? I think this debate kind of shows a whole problem about